Welcome to evening yoga to de-stress. Tonight we have a sunset yoga practice in our beautiful tropical location. My name is Jody Decker. I'm recording this video for the York County Library in South Carolina. We're going to start our practice in child's pose. If you don't have a yoga mat, a beach towel or bath towel will work fine. As you make your way into child's pose, feel free to create a big space between the knees or bring them a little bit closer together, walking the hands out, and let's sink our hips all the way back down to our heels. As we hold child's pose, let's begin our deep belly breathing. In yoga, it's very important that we breathe in through the nose, deep full cycles of belly breathing, and exhale through the nose. Exhales lasting even longer than our inhalation. Using our next inhale, walking our hands over to the right, let's press our left hip to the outer edge of our mat, creating a C shape, elongating the side body. Slowly making our way back to center, and then taking our hands over to the left, pressing our right hip down. Coming back to the center, and then making our way into tabletop, all fours. Being really careful to stack our hips on top of our knees, shoulders right on top of our wrist. If it creates more comfort, you can make a fist for a wrist and stack the joints. Moving into Shakabakasana, cat-cow, we'll inhale, bellies drop down to the mat, gaze comes up, and then we exhale as we tuck and round. Flexing and extending our spine, giving yourself time to warm up. If it feels okay, you can gradually start to make the motion a little bit bigger. Finishing one more in each direction. And then as we make our way back into neutral spine, we're going to re-engage our core, tightening our belly up, pulling our belly button back and in towards our spine. And then we move into side lateral flexion. We inhale, look over the left shoulder, gently squeezing our hip in, exhaling center, inhaling to the other side. Gently contracting and squeezing one side as we lengthen and stretch through the other, almost like we're wagging a tail behind us. Doing one more in each direction, ending on the opposite side that we started on, and then coming back into our neutral spine and inhaling our left palm up to the sky, opening up into a spinal twist and pausing here. 3 or 4 deep cycles of breath. With each exhale, see if you can challenge yourself to pull the shoulder back, opening just a little bit deeper into your twist. On our next exhale, we're going to bend the elbow, thread the needle so that you're coming all the way down onto your mat. Be sure to create space between the ear and the shoulder. This is a big rear deltoid, back of your shoulder opener. So if you decide you want a little deeper stretch, you can walk the right fingertips to the top of the mat. You can reach the fingertips to the sky, or you can look for your bind, wrapping around, looking for your front left pocket. As we hold this stretch, breathe into the tight areas of your shoulder. With each exhale, allow those tight areas to release and let go so that you're physically sinking and melting a little bit deeper into the mat. On our next exhale, begin to unwind, lifting our left palm up one more time and releasing both palms back down to the mat. Moving to our other side, inhaling right fingertips up. Again, pausing and holding for 3 full cycles of breath, maybe 4. If your breath is a little longer, a little slower than me, make adjustments, do what feels right in your body tonight. Exhaling our shoulder back just a little bit more, deepening our twist. And on our next exhale, bending our elbow, threading the needle, coming all the way down. Again, creating space between the ear and the shoulder. And then decide if you'd like to walk the left fingertips to the top of the mat if you want to make the stretch a little deeper. Maybe reach the fingertips towards the sky or find the mind. Continue here with a few more deep belly breaths. Last deep breath in. On our next exhale, we begin to unwind, lifting our right fingertips back up to the sky, releasing the hands down, and lining our thumbs up so they're about 4 to 6 inches apart. We want our fingertips to be spread wide like a starfish. We're going to turn our toes under, coming up into downward facing dog, and here we can bicycle out the heels, just bending one knee at a time. If it feels good, you can shift the hips from side to side. Let the head hang heavy, nodding our head back and forth. Shaking the head yes. And then very slowly walking the feet up to meet the hands, finding your way into your first forward fold. So for some of us with tight hamstrings or even tight low backs, you might need to put a pretty big bend in your knees. Perhaps you want to keep your hands to your mat or your block or a pillow. If you can go a little bit deeper into your fold, take the palms to the elbows, coming into ragdoll. Let the head hang heavy, and let's begin to gently sway from side to side. Releasing the palms to our mat, and then taking our hands to the shins, looking up into monkey, creating a long spine, flat back, and then begin to walk your hands all the way up the thighs until we're standing tall at the top of our mat. Here we take a deep breath in, even bigger exhale. On our next inhale, interlace fingertips together, press palms straight up to the sky, reach as tall as you can, and then over to our left, pressing weight into the outer edge of our right foot, lengthening the side body. Inhaling center, exhaling other side. Remember to listen to your body tonight, knowing where your end points are, and then honoring those end points. So we're never pushing our bodies to a point of discomfort or pain. Inhale, center. Exhale, palms come out in front. Here we round through the upper back. We spread our shoulder blades wide, and then we drop the chin to the chest. Inhale our way back up to center. This time we exhale into a little baby back bend. Bring your gaze to the sky. Lift as tall as you can. Inhaling center. Exhale, release hands to heart center. We move into standing camel now. So you have two options. You can make a fist and place your fist on either side of the spine, just above the tailbone, or you could do a flat palm. We're going to first create length in the spine. So with your inhale, grow and lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head as high as you can, and then begin to exhale your way back into spinal extension. Engage the core and really relax your neck and face completely. So if you feel like you're straining, that means you're probably going too far. Breathe into the stretch and see if you can exhale your way a little bit deeper into the extension. Last deep breath in. We'll use our next inhale to come back upright. Release the hands, roll out your wrist, and switch directions. Inhaling, arms back up overhead. Exhale, reach length through the right fingertips and over. Now our fingertips are reaching in opposite directions, creating as much length as we can. Look up towards the sky and inhale center, exhaling other side. Last time. Inhale center, exhale, hinge from your hips, swan dive forward. Making our way back down into our forward fold where we're going to step or jump back into downward facing dog. Here we inhale our left heel as high as we can, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, drop the heel behind us, look under the shoulder to continue the twist. Really opening into our hip and our side body. And using our next inhale, big step forward, drop your back knee down, supported lunge. We're going to walk our hands up to our thigh, making sure that our knee stays stacked right on top of our heel. We're going to inhale, arms overhead, exhale into a baby back bend. Continue to push your hips forward for a deeper stretch. Inhaling, hands to heart center. Exhale, twist right elbow to the outside of the knee. Allow the palms to rest very gently on one another. Look over the shoulder. Let's exhale and unwind. Palm comes to the inside of the foot, right fingertips reach to the sky. Now for some of us, the mat might feel a bit of a stretch. If it's too far away and you don't have a block, you can use a small couch cushion, something that's firm, and lift your hand a little bit higher so you're not having to twist quite so deep. Exhale, unwind, reverse the direction. So now our belly button's moving back in towards the knee. And when we move back and forth into our twist, we're really helping and aiding our digestion. It's like giving our internal organs a massage. Exhale, take both palms to the inside of the foot and begin to heel toe your foot now to the outer edge of the mat, making our way into lizard. So here, we're going to gently come down to the forearms. If that's too far, you can certainly stay up on your hands or even to your pillow. We're making our way a little bit deeper now into our hips. Want to make sure we're holding at a point where we can comfortably maintain that deep belly breathing. So if you feel like you're struggling or you're reverting back to more of a shallow chest breath, that's a good indicator you're overstretching and pushing too far. Remember, our bodies are very smart. If we try to push them too far, they do have a protective mechanism where they tighten up to keep us from getting hurt, and that defeats the whole purpose of yoga and stretching. So we really need to tune in and listen because every practice is a little bit different. We'll have different end ranges. Let's inhale our way back up, exhale back into half splits. So we're going to just hinge forward here. Our leg is long, and we're going to pull the big toes straight up towards the chin. If full splits is in your practice, you're welcome to go into full splits. Last deep breath in. Using our next inhale to come back upright, we're going to heel toe our foot across the mat in the other direction as we set up for pigeon pose. So remember, when we approach pigeon pose from a kneeling position, you have a little bit more control of the depth of the stretch. So if you want more intense of a stretch, bring your shin more parallel to the top of the mat. Less intense, bring your heel closer to the midline. Weight should be equally distributed. So some of us might benefit from something under our left hip. We can stay upright if this feels good, or you can begin to walk it out. We're going to stay here and really focus on our deep belly breathing. So you're welcome to stack your fist, rest here, maintain, and breathe. Most of us carry quite a bit of tightness and tension in our hips. If you can visualize inhaling your breath into the tight areas, each exhale, we're visualizing that area release and let go, so that with each exhale, we're physically sinking deeper and deeper into our mats. Using our next inhale, we begin to make our way back upright, turning our toes under. Our front leg joins our back leg, coming back into downward facing dog. And let's bicycle it out one last time, noticing the difference in our hips, shifting our hips back and forth. Maybe nodding your head yes, shaking the head no. Giving yourself permission to move your body in any way that feels good tonight. Let's inhale our right heel high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, drop the heel behind you. Continue the twist by looking under your shoulder. And with our next inhale, we sweep the leg all the way up and we come into our supported lunge. Hands move right up to the thigh. Remember here, our knee is stacked right on top of our heel for good alignment. We press our hips forward to maintain the hip flexor stretch. If you want to take your arms up overhead, we can inhale, arms up and over. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhaling, hands to heart center. Exhale into our first twist, elbow to the outside of the thigh, palms resting very gently, looking over your shoulder. Exhale, unwind, reach to the sky. Using your pillow or your block here. If it feels like the stretch is too far, exhale, unwind again, reverse the twist. Last time, navel in towards your knee. Exhale, bring both palms down to the inside of your foot. Begin to heel toe the foot out to the outer edge. And let's make our way down into lizard. Now, one side, you may have been able to come down onto your forearms. Maybe this side, it doesn't work. This side could be a little bit tighter, and that's okay. Remember, we listen to our body with everything we do in yoga. Really connecting each movement to the breath. That is key. Let's use our next inhale to slowly make our way back upright, shifting our weight back, coming into our half splits. Our front leg is long. We flex our foot. We pull our big toe in towards our chin. And if you have full splits in your practice, you're welcome to go there. Releasing slowly and start to heel toe the foot across the mat as we set up for pigeon pose on the other side. Holding our stretches a little bit longer in this practice, creating a calming effect. Options here are to stay upright or decide to walk it out a little bit lower. Remember, you can also stack your fist. Rest the forehead down. Keeping our weight equally distributed, breathing into the tight areas of our hip. Hopefully you're noticing that your body opens up and creates more space the longer we hold a stretch. And we're also able to control our breathing a little bit more, allowing each breath to last a little bit longer. Come into the base of the belly a little bit deeper. Let's take one last deep breath in. Begin to inhale your way back upright. Bringing our leg all the way up and around. We're going to tuck our tailbone under and slowly make our way down onto our back. So you can come onto your forearms first, tucking the tailbone under, coming all the way down. And we're going to build a bridge, stacking our knees right on top of our heels. We're going to slowly send our hips up and then slowly lower down. Let's just do that a couple more times, each one coming up a little bit higher than the last. And on your next bridge, send your hips up as high as you comfortably can. Walk the shoulder blades in and down, interlace fingertips together, and create a chest expansion. So we're really opening through the heart, expanding through the chest at the same time as we're sending the hips up. And exhale, begin to slowly roll your way back down, hugging our knees into our chest, making a couple circles clockwise and counterclockwise. Moving into happy baby. We're going to bring our heels up, stacking them right on top of our knees. And if it feels okay, maybe gently rocking from side to side, massaging our spine. Come back to center, finding some stillness. Dropping one heel and then the other. Open your arms wide like the letter T. We're going to pick our hips up, shift them to the right about 2 inches. Drop both knees to the left, trying to maintain connection with the shoulder blades to your mat. Gaze can remain up and stay neutral, or if you want to counter the twist and make it a little bit deeper, turn your gaze and look away from your knees. Really focus on breathing into the twist. Let's use our next inhale to draw the knees back to the center. Exhale, shift your hips to the left 2 inches, drop the knees to the right. And again, keep the shoulders connected with the mat. Turn the gaze, look away if it feels good. Inhale your way back to center. Open up the feet a little wider than mat width apart. Rock your knees from side to side, releasing the back. And let's open up into one last full body stretch. And slowly begin to make your way into Shavasana or final relaxation. Pull the shoulder blades down and back. Find your neutral resting position. Settle in, close your eyes, clear your minds. Begin to breathe. And let's seal in all the benefits of everything you've done today during your practice. Giving yourself this time to let your mind and your body simply be. Slowly start to bring your awareness back. Keeping our eyes closed, begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bending our knees, taking our right arm overhead. Roll onto the right side, keeping our knees bent in fetal position. Eyes can stay closed if you like. You're going to press the left palm into your mat, helping yourself up into a seated position. Let's finish with 2 more full deep belly breaths. Inhaling, arms up and overhead. Audible exhale through your mouth. And final breath, we inhale, arms reach as tall as we can. Exhaling this time, hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful night.